Hi, my name is Deepa Goraya, and I am an attorney at Disability Rights Maryland currently. I live in Washington, D.C.
The Americans with Disabilities Act was passed 30 years ago and was intended as a national mandate for the elimination of discrimination against individuals with disabilities. When have you seen the ADA succeed?
The ways in which I feel like the ADA has succeeded is in physical access to public spaces, public accommodations, like courthouses and movie theaters and all the typical places that we go to. There are still areas that are not places that are not accessible. A lot of restaurants and other facilities still remain inaccessible, but for the most part, I feel like people when they think about the ADA, they think of physical accessibility. In education, it allows people with disabilities to be in the most integrated settings possible, and in integrated in mainstreamed classes. I benefited from the ADA in terms of being mainstreamed into all regular classes and going to a regular public school, regular public college, and I don't think I could have done that without the ADA.
Where do you see opportunities for the ADA to be applied more impactfully going forward?
There's still a lot of inequities in education. Well, now that people are integrated more, they still have to be able to get the materials they need to succeed, and they still have to be able to get the proper teaching and training and belief in them, people believing in them to succeed. Blind people still remain behind in terms of not getting their books or materials on time in Braille format. Now they can also download digital Braille books from online, but there are still issues related to that in terms of with publishers and all that, getting the Braille versions to students that they can download. Become less of an issue than it was when I was going to school. I had to get my books brailled for me, either from other people brailing them or from the publisher, and it would often come a semester late. And I know blind students still face some of those issues now when digital Braille books are not available. But now they also face additional issues in terms of accessibility. Like a lot of schools are moving to online platforms to do their education work, like homework assignments and reading materials and all that are posted to websites that are not accessible to the blind and other people with disabilities. So I feel like there's a lot of work to do still in the digital accessibility world and in education in terms of integrating people with disabilities to the extent that they have their materials that they need to succeed. Kind of education and employment, I feel like, are the biggest issues. In terms of employment, digital accessibility still remains an issue in the employment world as well. There's inaccessible software in the workplace. I encounter inaccessible documents on a daily basis because people just haven't figured out how to make PDFs accessible or kind of use different formats that are accessible. And it just makes it harder to do your job when you have to encounter so many inaccessibility issues. That is the new discrimination, the digital discrimination. So we need to really push for the update of ADA regulations and the ADA itself, and just ensure that people are given full access to everything that they need, including to apps, websites, software, kiosks, everything. Thank you.